So do you also want to write hundreds of video scripts in seconds? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to automate video script generation using an AI agent. So like you, I also used to manually write the video scripts, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I have simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the video details into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to write me these scripts, and further I'm just going to add that script into a Google Doc and back again into my Google Sheet. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI, Google Docs and Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video I'll show you how to automate the creation of video scripts using an AI agent. So whether you are producing YouTube videos, course content or social media reels, this workflow helps you to turn raw ideas or outlines into structured and engaging scripts in seconds, which is going to save you time, streamline the content process and keep your message consistent across videos. So let's jump in and build your AI powered script generator. So yes, I've already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. So for that, I'm just going to enter the video topic right over here. Then I'm just going to enter the target audience, and at last I'm just going to enter the tone of voice. And once I'm just going to enter all of these three details, automatically my video script will be generated and added right over here. So we just have to wait for a few seconds till my video script is getting generated and added right over here. So yes, all of this is going to happen in backend and we don't have to do anything. I just have to wait for a few seconds. And yes, you can see that it has successfully generated me the video script. So I'm just going to open it, and as you can see that within seconds and in real time the script has been generated. Over here you can see the whole script. So yes, you can see that this is no magic. This is the power of automation which we are just going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And once I'm just going to click on this access, now it is opening my dashboard, and to get started we are simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I have already created, in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I have already created mine, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations. And now I'm just going to name my workflow as this automate video script generation using AI agent, and then we are simply going to click on this button which says create. And with this we have successfully created this workflow, and now it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are just going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between my Google Sheets and my Pabbly Connects workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL, and then I'm just going to open my Google Sheets. And now from here we have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then we have to go towards this get add-ons. So we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhook. So I'm just going to look for the Pabbly Connect webhooks extension right over here. So as you can see that I have already installed this extension, and that is the reason that it is giving me the option of uninstall. But if you haven't installed this extension, you're going to get the option of install right over here, and you can install your extension right from here. And after installing this, you simply have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet, otherwise you'll not be able to get the option of this Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this Pabbly Connect webhooks option, we have to go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And after coming over here towards this initial setup, it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from my workflow right over here. And now for the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column, which is C. So the trigger column will be your final data column, on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So for me, the trigger column is C, but for you, it can be anything else too. And after doing this, I'm simply going to click on this button which says submit, and now it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So in order to do this test submission or record, I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. I'm just going to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and over here I'm simply going to switch on this button which is send on event. So it is a really important step to switch on this button, because upon switching on this button, what is going to happen is that now whenever an event is going to occur in this spreadsheet, automatically the workflow is going to get triggered. Alright, so now after switching on this button, I'm just going to do the test submission. I'm just going to enter the video topic, target audience, and the tone of voice. And with this, we have successfully did the test submission. And now I'm just going to open my workflow, and over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response of the same test submission. And with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now I'm just going to automate the video script generation. For that, I'm just going to use my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So I'm just going to select my action application as OpenAI. And now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. Now it's asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to enter this token. And to get this token, we simply have to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards my OpenAI API key page, and after coming over here towards this page, you simply have to go towards this create new secret key button. You have to enter your key name, select the project, and click on this create secret key, and your key will be created. I've already created my key, so I'm simply going to paste that key right over here and click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect workflow. And now it's asking me to select the AI model, so I'm simply going to select it as GPT-4. You can select any another of your choice. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt, so I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. So now you can see that I've successfully entered my prompt, and I'm just going to enter all of these details in my prompt, which is the video topic, audience, and voice. So yes, I'm not going to enter the details manually, but instead we are just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. So first, I'm just going to map this video topic. Then I'm just going to map this target audience. I'm just going to move on further. And now I'm just going to map this tone right over here. And after mapping all of these details, we are simply going to click on this button which says save and send its request. And once I'm just going to click on this button, automatically my script will be generated using these details with the help of my AI agent, which is OpenAI. So we just have to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is generating me the script. And yes, over here you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the script. Over here in the message content, you can see the whole script. And now I'm just going to add the script into a Google Doc. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Docs. And I'm just going to select it. Now for the action event, I'm just going to select it as create a blank document and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Docs account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me to connect my Google account. For that, I'm just going to click on this sign in with Google. And now Pabbly is asking me to select the Gmail account, with the help of which I'm just going to connect my Google Docs. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account, and now after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm simply going to click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And now it is asking me for the document name. So I want the document name to be the name of the script, which is the topic right over here. And then I'm just going to enter script manually. So the script will remain static, only this map detail will change. And I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And after clicking on the save and send test request, we have successfully received a positive response. And now in this blank document, I'm just going to add the script details which my AI agent generated. So I'm just going to select the action application as Google Docs once again. This time for the action event, I'm just going to select it as append a paragraph to a document and click on this connect. I've recently connected my Google Docs, so I'm simply going to click on this select existing connection and then save. And after doing this, it is asking me for the document. It is asking me to select the document, but I'm just going to simply map it. So I'm just going to switch on this mapping button and map this document ID. So I'm just going to look for the document ID in the response of my previous step, and over here you can see the document ID. So I'm simply going to map it, and now we have turned this field as dynamic. Now I'm simply going to enter the text right over here. So I'm just going to simply map the response of my AI agent, and after doing both of this, I'm simply going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And now once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we'll successfully add these texts into my Google Doc. And now I'm just going to add this Google Doc link right over here in my spreadsheet. Alright, so to do this, I'm just going to add another action step, and first we're just going to make this Google Doc a shareable one. For that, I'm just going to select the action application as Google Drive, and this time for the action event, I'm just going to select it as share a file with anyone. And now I'm just going to click on this connect. Now it is asking me for the same, so I've already connected my Google Drive account. If you haven't, you have to go towards this, add a new connection, sign in with Google and connect your account. I've already connected, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Drive account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now instead of selecting the file manually, I'm just going to map it. I'm just going to switch on this mapping button, and now over here I'm just going to map this document ID. And after mapping this document ID, I'm simply going to click on this blue button which says save and send as request, and then further my file will be made a shareable one. So I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, and as you can see that we have received this web view link right over here. So yes, now I'm just going to map this same web view link into my Google Sheets. For that, I'm just going to add another action step. Now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets, and now for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as update cell value right over here and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection, and that's same, so I've recently connected my Google Sheets, so I'm simply going to click on this select existing connection and then save. And with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets, and I'm simply going to select the spreadsheet which is script generator. And after selecting the spreadsheet, I'm simply going to select my sheet 2. Now it is asking me to enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. So the range of the sheet that needs to be updated is D4. So let's say I'm simply going to enter D4 right over here, but right now it is D4, but with every new response it is going to change. It will be D5, 6 and so on. So over here I'm just going to keep this D as static because D is same, only the row is changing, and I'm just going to map this row index. So I'm just going to look for the row index in the response of my previous step and map it. And now for the value, I'm simply going to map this web view link which we received from the response of our Google Drive. So I'm simply going to map it and click on this button which says save and send as request. And with this, we have successfully received the positive response, and over here you can see that we have successfully added the script in our Google Sheets. So yes, you can see over here is the same script which my AI agent generated. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is, like I showed you in the starting of this video, once I'm just going to add the video topic, target audience and tone of voice, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. AI agent is going to generate the script. Further, we are just going to add that script into a blank document in my Google Docs. We are going to make that Google Docs a shareable one, and I'm just going to add that Google Docs link into my Google Sheets. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now all of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. Now we can just sit back and relax. So go and try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.